Hey ladies, okay, we need to get back to it. This part of my story, this is where everything broke. Remember Texas just happened? It was my birthday and I was in a hit and run accident and I didn't even know it at the time. I woke up the next morning and I found out that the man who had been driving hit someone and they didn't make it. And in that moment, I was faced with one of the biggest decisions of my life. I could stay quiet or I could do the right thing. Obviously, I knew what to do, but I was terrified. So I called my mom. I knew I had to go to the police, so I did. I went to the police and I told them everything I knew. But what I didn't expect was what came next. You would think when you do the right thing that like your name's not going to be dragged through the mud, but my name was dragged completely through the mud. People would laugh when I walked in. They'd whisper, they'd call me names. They literally would look me up and down and made me feel like a piece of crap. I kept my head held high because I knew I didn't do anything wrong. But just because you do the right thing, it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It still made me feel like crap. The woman I was renting a room from found out and literally told me I was a killer, that I was an accomplice in murder. And she kicked me out. And just like that, I had nowhere to go again. My kids still weren't talking to me. I had no money, no home, no way to make a living. I literally had nothing. Texas had just happened and I was at the lowest I had ever been. And I know you've heard me say that a lot, but it just kept getting worse. I had one more idea. I was going to partner with a national company because I could use my name. I was just going to build my company under theirs. But I had to get to Vegas. I went to Las Vegas to try to partner with a national company. And while I was there, something happened that I will never, ever forget. Sometimes God gives us lifelines and we don't even know that they're there, but this time I knew why she was there. This woman looked at me just from a random like cafe I was in, and she saw me, like really, really, really saw me. And she said, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" Like trying to be all chipper. And she's like, "No, really, are you okay?" And for the first time, I told the truth. I don't know why, because I was so good at faking it at that point, but I just said, "No, I'm not okay." She said, "I have a room in my home that's empty. Why don't you come stay with me for free?" A complete stranger. I knew it was safe because her elderly dad was living with her. So I said yes. She gave me random jobs, and it was kind of fun. I was a gingerbread man. I was working with children at a Christmas party. I did a flash mob on Las Vegas Boulevard. Like, who actually gets to do that? And it was super, super fun. Just some random jobs. Not making very much money, but honestly, it just made me feel human again. Like, I was just enjoying myself with children and just enjoying myself dancing and in really good, wholesome environments. She doesn't even know what she did for me. I'd forgotten who I was. I'd forgotten what I stood for. And in those small moments, it was so rewarding. The company I decided to partner with didn't work out. I had very, very high standards for my company, and I was launching my company under theirs. And I decided during that time that I was not going to launch my company, no matter how low I wasn't going to launch my company under to my values. I was very, very important to me to launch correctly. So I pulled out. 2 months later, I wanted to get back to my kids. Even though I wasn't talking to them, I really wanted to get back to them. The only way to do that was to sell my car. I bought a car from a settlement that happened from Texas. So I sold my car, made just enough money to move back to Newport Beach. Newport Beach is where I raised my family, so I thought that if I got back to Newport, that I would finally feel happy again and I'd finally feel whole again. So I moved back to Newport and moving with this guy, and I'm thinking, okay, like this is cool. Like this is a cute little apartment. I still only had room for rent, but it was like safe territory. Like I knew it was safe territory. I knew where my kids were. And And even though they were 30 minutes away, they were only 30 minutes away. No kidding, you guys. Like, literally, I moved in with this guy, and like 2 months later, he literally told, two weeks later, he told me I had to move out. He told me he couldn't afford his place. So basically, he was using me to write out his lease or whatever. So again, I had nowhere to live. I don't know how I got the U-Haul, but I ended up getting a U-Haul. And I had this U-Haul. I put all my stuff in the U-Haul, and I had nowhere to go. And I remember just driving the U-Haul over to my best friend's house. And I just showed up on her doorstep, and I was like, I told her the whole thing. During that time, this guy had been watching me like sell everything online. And for some reason, he decided to DM me. And when he DM'd me, I didn't know him. And when he DM'd me, he said, hey, I've been watching you for the last 3 years. You're selling all your stuff online. Like, do you need help? And again, I was just decided to be honest. And I was like, yeah, I literally, during that time, I'd done a job for this random guy in this like random house, but it was $1,500. So I think I cleaned his house. I didn't just clean his house. It was disgusting. And I remember thinking, like, just power through, like, this $1,500 will get you a place to live. So I did the work, and it comes to, like, the very end of the job, and he decides that he's not going to pay me. So I'm trying to figure out how to get this money from this guy. So anyway, during that time, this guy DM'd me on Facebook, and he said, hey, I've been watching you sell your stuff. Like, are you all right? Again, you guys, I don't know this guy. And he offered me help, and I was just honest with him. And I was like, no, I'm not okay. And I don't know why he decided to help me, but he said, where are you? And you guys, I'm trusting this random guy online. Like, I was so desperate, like, stupid. I would tell my daughter, you're an idiot. But I trusted it. And he met me in San Clemente. I was at I don't even know why I was at this restaurant, but I was at this restaurant, and he showed up, and he put me in a hotel for 3 nights. And he said, where's your stuff? And he helped me get my stuff out of storage, and he gave me the $1,500. Again, I don't know this guy, and he gave me the $1,500, and he drove me in his car to Carlsbad, where I found a room for rent. And it was a lady. She had 3 kids. Again, a very safe environment. I wanted to be in a safe environment because I wanted to launch my company. I just need somewhere to lay my damn head. This guy, you guys, like, he didn't want anything from me. You would think most guys want something from me. He wanted nothing from me. Like, he literally just wanted to help me. There are kind people in the world. I learned that during COVID, which I think we all need a reminder of sometimes, because the world's pretty messed up. And it was so, I don't know, grounding or whatever. Like, there's like, wow, like these, like, people really do exist like this. We're still friends to this day. He's just such a kind man. And he believed in me. He had watched me fall from before COVID, and he believed in me, which was just so sweet. So I get to Carlsbad, and I'm all stoked, right? I remember it was a really, really cute spot. I was walkable from the beach, and I was like, okay, like, I'm home, like, I got this. My pool was really cute. 2 weeks after I lived there, 2 freaking weeks. Remember, the same thing just happened in freaking Newport. And 2 weeks after I lived there, the lady said, oh, sorry, you have to move out in a month. I can't make this shit up. You have to move out in a month because I can't afford my place. So again, like, I want to say she was using me, but if I really look back, like, during that time, like, nobody was using anybody. Everybody was screwed, but I didn't see it like that. I just kept thinking everybody was using me, but what I didn't realize is that everybody was going through stuff. But I was so in my head that I was all by myself And now that I look back, I see that I wasn't. Like, we were all in the same messed up boat. What happens next, you guys, is where IKONIK really came from. There's a man that's still in my life today that will forever be just this beaming of just this amazingness, this most amazing soul that I've ever met in my life. Never met a human like him. And when he came into my life during Carl's bat, within that 2 weeks when I met him, he came into my life. The next part of the story is really where IKONIK started to be built. And he believed in me. Like, I don't know, I must have just walked around with this confidence that I did not exist in my mind because I didn't have any. But I guess the performer in me just kept walking around like, you know, head held high. But my confidence is what made other people believe in me. And I think it's very interesting because I didn't have any. I was crying myself to sleep every night. But my confidence that I was exuding made everybody believe in me. Still don't understand why. Like, I don't understand how I was able to do that. Like, I think it's just because I'm a performer. You know, I remember one time I was on the side of the stage and I couldn't remember my choreography. My music was like in like 30 seconds. And I'm like, Mom, I can't remember my choreography. And she's like, well, you better get ready because you got to run it on that stage. And I'm like, I hate you. Finally, it was literally like 3, 2, 1. My mom pushed me on the stage and I was like, da 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 da. And I did my choreography and I nailed it. And I got off the stage. I would get to talk to my mom the whole night. But I'll never forget that moment because my mom did not let me not go on that stage. She pushed me on the stage. And I genuinely believe that's the energy. I actually just thought about that right now. Normally I script all this crap, but tonight I'm just winging it. I just thought about that right now. My mom pushed me on that stage that night. I was so pissed. But I think that's what I did during COVID. I think I was just pushed out in a situation where I had no idea what to do with it. And I just exuded this confidence. And I really think, number one, I have my mom to thank for that. And number two, I have dance to thank for that. Being a performer and believing in myself always, even when I didn't believe in myself, like on stage, but you have to perform. Like, I think that's what got me through COVID. So the next part of the story, guys, gets better. It does get better. There's a reason I was just in New York last week with over 100 dancers at the New York Jets facility. So yeah, it gets better. A lot better. I'll see you guys next Monday.